Welcome to GISTUBE TV first. Let me just do that here. Subscribe to this channel. Just subscribe already. I mean, if you've been coming or you're new here, don't worry. You're in good hands, in safe hands. Subscribe to this channel. Like this video already. I promise you're going to enjoy it.
He didn't follow the plan. He didn't follow the plan. The truth of the matter is we thought that it was going to be youth-oriented more. Let me tell you something. If you are involved in something, go and check antecedents. We'll find out our presidents saying the man prays.
True.
Because we don't know how it is in there. So the truth of the matter is, this is not a youth-inclusive government. I know that his son is trying to cut across. He's trying his best, fine. But as far as I am concerned, it's not like I regret working for him. But this is not the plan.
What was the plan initially?
The plan was to carry as much youth as possible. So if there's a problem, I'm not going to be the problem here.
All right, everyone. Very quick one. I'm not going to bore you with too much talks on them. I just want to address the issue of everyone going for podcasts. Please, if you know your IQ is too low, don't go for this podcast. If you know your level of reasoning is low, don't go for this podcast. If you know you can't use the right word at the right time, don't go for this podcast. Because at the end of the day, it will be like a setup for you. All this podcast is just exposing our people's level of intelligence. Everyone goes on podcast, and at the end of the day, you have to get another interview to cover up and to start explaining for what you said in the previous interview. Please stop all this nonsense podcast everywhere. It's nothing bad going for podcast. It's nothing bad going for interviews. But if you know your IQ is too low, don't go for it. Because all this podcast is just like a setup to expose our people's level of intelligence. Most of these interviews, when I say them, I laugh and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I regret campaigning for Tinubu in 2023. I even almost lost my marriage. I lost 2 ambassadorial deals, one for 10 million naira, the other 15 million naira, just because I campaigned for Tinubu. Meanwhile, I didn't gain anything. I wasn't compensated, and he didn't even carry us along. Guys, welcome to this channel. Nigerian actress Foluke Daramola is under fire. Lots of persons are saying your IQ is very low. IQ is intelligence quotient. They are saying it is not a must for you to honor every podcast invite. It's our colleagues though that are actually coming for one bashing and Damola Olatuji, Jayo Kuti, Wumi Toriola, Biola Adebayo, Bibu as in being today, even people that run podcasts in the industry. They have come out to blast that to say, if they ask you a question, it is okay for you to say, I would rather not answer this one. Instead of you to go and be yarning rubbish and, show how very unintelligent you are. This is not funny. What has happened? So, Foluke Daramola was interviewed recently and she spoke about parts during the last presidential election in Nigeria in 2023 that saw the current president Bola Ahmed Tinubu become the GCFR, commander-in-chief in Nigeria, the president. She was one of some of the Yoruba actors and actresses who rallied around, campaigned, and I think she was even a part of the women coalition led by Joke Silva to campaign for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Some of our colleagues have actually come out to say that, they regret doing that because they didn't make money. They were promised, positions in government. They were promised financial compensation, but they've not seen anything. So 2027 is going to be different. Foluke Daramola is also saying the same thing. But some persons are calling out at hypocrisy because it's the same person that a couple of months ago still campaigned for APC for a chairmanship candidate under the umbrella of the All Progressive, Congress. This is same APC. So they're like, you can't say that you're no longer affiliating with Tinubu, saying Tinubu didn't carry you along. And people are like, were you supposed to be in the cabinet? So you're supposed to be a cabinet member. What do you mean he didn't carry you along? Also, she also said some things concerning Nigerian actor, director, producer Funke Akindele and their relationship, about beefing and all of those. And people like, you see, you don't have to answer these things. These persons, they are interviewers. They're trying to find fault in you. They're trying to find points that they will use to trend, clickbait, some short clips that they will use to promote the interview. So they'll put words in your mouth and you don't have to answer. Bimpe Akindele is saying the interviewers need to be nice. Certain questions aren't meant to be asked. That someone honor you to come on your show doesn't mean you'll be asking them stupid and unnecessary questions, all in the name of getting views or trends on social media. We all need to know and learn about boundaries. I pray that we don't water down this podcast for those of us that mean well. Right? That is being Piakin today's take. But Jaye Kuti is now saying, if I don't see the questions, I don't answer. As an actor, you must be in the know of 85% of your questions. Plus, you have a right not to answer the questions if you are not pleased. This is the same thing that Daramola Olatunji said. Daramola even set up a video, set up camera and made a video to say that you don't have to answer all of these questions. If it's okay, no is a complete answer. It's a complete statement in itself. Daramola Olatunji also, honored several interviews. It was on Biola Adebayo's show couple of months ago, where he addressed his own marriage breakup and all of those things. And honestly, there were some questions where I was like, oh, this is it, but I'm not trying to clarify, so I'd rather not dwell on it, but just know that what is on the internet, what is on social media is not the true picture. But it didn't bother to elaborate, right? So it was drawing examples from me saying you can actually honor these things. You can talk, it's good for your brand, but you should also have media, knowledge to know what and what not to say. Right? So, she said something about, Funke Akindele in this thing. A lot of people are like, she was blabbing. She was saying rubbish, and somebody was like, must you even respond? Something you are guilty or you're not sure of, stay muted, waiting Funke do themselves. Someone is saying, responding to Daramola Olatunji's video saying, I guess this is for Foluke Daramola. To be honest with you, that interview, I was able to see how low our intelligence level was. Chai, shame catch me after watching the clip. She kept going round in circles without saying anything. That was not the plan. Which plan, madam? Were you there when they were writing the plan, or because you didn't get a position, you thought it would be youth inclusive? Who says there aren't youths in this government? Abi, your personal youth was not included. She kept saying, let me tell you something, and ended up saying nothing. She was digressing anyhow and didn't say anything meaningful. At some point, I had to say, must you answer every question? If you don't know how to answer a question, just say, I would not be saying anything on that topic, which I do in my regular activities. If you ask me a question and I don't want to respond to, or it's either I keep quiet and bring up another discussion, or I politely tell you I don't want to have that discussion. Come on, agbalagba for that matter. May God continue to give us wisdom, because it is very important. In fact, Femi Obimodede is saying, caution to celebrities and public figures. These days, podcast channels are springing up everywhere. Many under the guise of celebrity interviews, but really aiming for streaming platform clicks and quick cash. It is sad to see actors and public figures lose self-control on these shows, saying things they shouldn't on a national platform. Be wise. Watch what you eat or drink before and during these projects. There are happy pills and other substances that can loosen your tongue and make you miss yarn. Be selective about the interviews you accept, especially when the invite comes from colleagues in the same industry. Not every platform deserves your story, and I think that's like the crux of it. Not every platform deserves your story. There's some platform you go to just because you need the publicity, and you just go there for them to add to their own portfolio that, oh, this particular person graced our seat, was on our show, was on set with us. And there are some that you go like them with Chude podcast and stuff. I'm just saying my own here now, where you go and you're there to bear it on, and as much as they would take their own clips, to trend on social media to try and get viewership, you're sure that they are going to give people the full picture. They're not going to edit it in such a way that you're going to be slandered at the end of the day. right? But a lot of persons, but the interesting thing is even her colleagues are the ones coming for her. That's what makes all of this very interesting. It is not even Nigerians that are saying this is whack. People are coming for her left, right, center, saying, "What exactly did Funke Akindele do to you? Why are you? Why must you?" I mean, I feel like she's the air these people breathe. She's like the Beyonce. They have to associate with her or talk about that one way or the other for them to gain relevance. I don't know, but I would like to hear from you in the comment section. Foluke Daramola is being bashed for sharing her view on the current government that she supported. She's still supporting, by the way, right? And she's facing backlash from her colleagues in the same industry. And of course, podcaster Biola Adebayo even had to come and say, please, so my own podcast is still up and running. I do interviews, but I'm mindful with my interviews, right? Because she has also felt her own. A lot of persons have come for her for this podcast thingy she does in time past. I'd like to hear from you in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Share with family and friends. I will be seeing you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and